Hi friends, you are hearing from Reginald Linus, Associate Professor and HOD of Electrical Engineering Department at Sanjay Godawat University, Kolhapur, Maharashtra. So last video, I have explained that history of electrical vehicle, where I have explained what are all the why we need to go for electrical vehicle and what are the disadvantages of steam engine, gasoline engine, and what are the bottlenecks of electrical vehicle, then what are all the companies are manufacturing electrical vehicle, then who are all going to launch this electrical vehicle in India in this year. So in this lecture, I hope it was benefit to you everyone. So if you are really feel that this video lecture is good, kindly subscribe this channel, and if you have any doubts and if you have any comment on it, kindly comment to my mail, or you can use this YouTube for comment and discussion, so that we can develop further for betterment of our future. So as of now, today in this session, I am going to explain if you use buck converter with separately excited motor, how we can utilize for electrical vehicle applications by using MATLAB Simulink. Usually for traction application, people are using series motor. I feel comfortable with the separately excited motor to explain. That is why I am explaining with this separately excited motor. Even though in the last history, in the last class, I have explained that in the REVA also they have initially started with the separately excited motor. So I thought, why can't we do with that? Just for analysis, as I am in that also budding stage. So why can't we do with this research in the starting itself, so that people can better understanding about this electrical vehicle. So now let me share that video for better understanding. So I hope you can see the screen of my PC. You see, so now this is today's topic is analysis of buck converter for electrical vehicle application using MATLAB Simulink. So one request to that audience that kindly brush up that basics of buck converter and separately excited motor, so that whenever I will explain, you can easily understand whatever I am going to say. Then regarding that, our outcome of this today's lecture is one can understand how to do the closed loop control in MATLAB environment by separately excited motor with the buck converter. Then how to calculate the motor speed in how to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour from the motor speed in RPM, then analyze that performance of synchronous system for electrical vehicle application. So these are all the outcome of today's lecture. So now speed calculation, for we should know before going to the MATLAB, we should know how we have to do the speed calculation. So if you see any tire, you can see having that five categories: width, profile, rim size, load rating, and speed rating. So now that profile is nothing but this is the high profile and low profile. That means rim diameter is more when compared. The width of the rim size is more, but the tire space is very less. That is called as low profile. High profile means high tire width is very much high. So that is called as low profile and high profile. Accordingly, they have divided this each category in the different scale. Then width, how much width of the tire, everything 205. Then rim size. Rim size is normally that diameter of the rim. For 16 inch, normally people used to say in terms of inch. Then load rating, how much load we can extend, it can withstand. Then third one is speed rating. Speed rating means based on the various speed level, they have mentioned CD, ABC sequences. Accordingly, it is in the B level. Then again, let me know the rim. This is the tire. This is the diameter of the rim. Rim size normally in inch. So now from this we have to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour. So we know the motor speed in revolution per seconds. So how we will convert that into meter per second? For that, first we should know radius in the speed of the motor. Speed of the motor, radius in the 2 pi by 2 pi n by 60. R into 2 pi n by 60. So then we know already radius RPS can be converted into RPS. Then omega is speed in RPS. Then finally velocity in kilometer per hour. Already it is in meter per second. We are converting velocity in kilometer per hour. For that I have chosen that V as capital V. Capital V equal to small v into velocity. Our seconds can be converted into hour by using 60 seconds is 1 minute. Then 60 minutes is 1 hour. So 60 into 60, 3600. Meter to kilometer, 10 to the power minus 3, therefore 1000. So like that, we can find out that velocity in kilometer per hour. So then let me substitute that values of linear velocity in meter per second from the second equation to the second equation. V is equal to R into 2 pi by 60, whatever in the first equation just I have substitute, then into 3600 divided by 1000. So we will get 333 pi divided by 25 into R into N. Now the V is nothing but now wind velocity in kilometer per hour. Then R is radius in meter, then speed is in RPM. So once if you know the speed of the motor and radius of the rim, we will come to know what is the speed, what is the speed in RPS, sorry, speed in kilometer per hour. So that I have explained this. I hope you understood whatever I have said. So the formula for converting speed in RPM to speed in kilometer per hour is 3 pi by 25 into radius in meter, radius of the rim in meter into that speed in RPM. So let me go to the next slide. What are the parameters we have used for that for this study? I have chosen separately excited motor 5 HP. 5 HP is nothing but 3.728 kilowatts. Then 1750 RPM. So that is nothing but approximately 187 RPS. Then 240 volt armature voltage. Field supply is 300 volt. Then battery 240 volt, 15.5 ampere hour for providing 20 amps. The motor power is 20 Newton meter. Load torque is maximum of 20 Newton meter. Therefore, accordingly, I have chosen the battery of 240 volt and 15.5 ampere. Then car tire rim in the diameter, I already told you 16 inch. Then 1 inch, I can convert that into meter by using 0.0254 by multiplying with 0.0254. Then I have chosen a MOSFET as that switch. And switching frequency 5 kilohertz I have chosen in order to reduce the filter capacitance value, and I have reduced this value, increases the value to 5 kilohertz. Normally 3 kilohertz is good, 5 kilohertz I have chosen. Then buck converter, we know the formula. Output voltage is equal to duty cycle in the supply voltage. Duty cycle del is nothing but T on time divided by total time. So when the del is equal to 0, output voltage is 0. When the del is equal to 1, output voltage is equal to supply voltage. As we know, separately excited motor, voltage is directly proportional to speed. Speed of the motor is directly proportional to back EMF, right? EB equal to KE phi into omega m. For lossless medium, we can write voltage is equal to back EMF. So from this, when del is equal to 0, output voltage is 0, therefore speed is 0. When del is equal to 1, output voltage is maximum, therefore speed is will be the rated speed. So from this we can conclude that delta can be varied between 0 to 1. So there is no chance to give the negative voltage to the motor in order to run the motor in the reverse direction. So in this separate, that is the one thing. Then second one, this is the unidirectional device. MOSFET is the unidirectional device. Current will taken from source to load. There is, if during regenerative braking, that generator motor will act as a generator. So there is no possibility of buck converter if we transfer the power from load to source. So that is the two disadvantages of that our buck converter. That's what I want to say in this conclusion. So from this MATLAB, I am going to next. I am going directly to the MATLAB. From this MATLAB study, we will come to know it is not applicable for regenerative braking and speed reversal. It will not be possible. So now in this case, let me explain directly to this this MATLAB file. This is the MATLAB. You know how to connect it and all. Just I am explaining one by one what I have done. So this is this battery I have chosen, 240 volt, 15.5 Newton meter, 15.5 ampere hour, and initial state of charge I have mentioned it as 90%. Battery response time 30. This is a default value, 30 seconds. Then again IGBT, MOSFET, diode I have connected, inductor and capacitor. Based on that output current and voltage, I have chosen the inductor 5 millihenry and capacitor is 150 microfarad. Then connected to the DC motor. The DC motor I have chosen this variable 5 HP, 240 volt, 1750 RPM, field supplies 300 volt. As this is separately excited motor, I have connected directly one separate voltage for DC field supply 300 volt DC. Then load torque I have given here. I will explain finally how I have given load torque and speed reference. So as we know now, in this case we can have speed input. The speed input output, speed input is in kilometer per hour. That kilometer per hour is converted into kilometer per hour to RPS value by using that formula what I have explained in my slide. Then RPS is given to summing point. Feedback is given to the speed reference, speed feedback. Then PID controller output. That is the torque reference. Torque reference can be converted into current reference. Torque divided by KE into pi. We know torque equal to KE phi into IA. From that we have calculated this. Then I have connected to summing point again. Feedback I have given to this armature current. Then again given to that PI controller. So this is inner loop control. This is outer loop control. Outer loop control is speed control. Inner loop control is current control. That current control output will given to PWM generator. So this input is duty cycle. That frequency, switching frequency is 5 kilohertz. And I have given to the gate of this IGBT MOSFET. Then the speed, I have connected the speed, everything. Then this is calculating speed to in kilometer per hour. So we are taking the speed in RPS. Inside this, just a diameter I am giving to in inch. Diameter of the rim 16 inch. That is converted into radius divided by 2. Then connected to inch to meter conversion. Then finally we are getting whatever the formulas I have explained, just I have connected, then given to speed in kilometer per hour. So the speed in kilometer per hour I have connected directly to the scope with the reference speed in kilometer per hour. So torque in Newton meter is connected combinedly with torque, electromagnetic torque by the motor. So this is mean value. Due to the switching, we cannot get the steady value of armature current. So in order to avoid that, we are using this mean value. Then I hope then in this case, there just 1 minute. Then we can have, this is the entire setup. Now I am running the simulation for 10 seconds. So please see the speed feedback, speed reference till 5 seconds. 5 input is 130 kilometer per hour. Then after 5, from 5 to 10 seconds, I have given the final value as 50 kilometer per hour. Then torque till 7 seconds, I have given full load torque 20 Newton meter. Then afterwards, from 7 to 10, we have given the half of the load torque 10 Newton meter per Newton meter. So this is the entire setup I have given. So I would like to give directly that just running the simulation for 10 seconds. So see here now. First one is speed is increases approximately 183. So last slide, see the right side, reference speed is 130. Now we are reaching blue color line, reaching 130. Then armature current is 20 Newton meter full load. Field current is constant. Then electromagnetic torque also 20 Newton meter. Current is 20 amps. So now at 5 seconds, what I am doing, I am reducing the speed. See, reducing the speed to here, reducing the speed to 5 kilometer per hour. Last slide, see, approximately it is reaching 5 kilometer per hour. So what I am doing here, based on that, our speed on RPM also reduces to approximately 60 RPS. Then in this case, armature current again come down. This, please listen. Just one simulation is over. Yeah. So see this zoomed waveform. Here what happened? I have reduces the speed. So what happened? Torque has to reduce. So that torque transiently reduce and settling to again Newton meter per second, 20 amps. Then similarly, current also, electromagnetic torque current also, it is reflecting as like torque as well as armature current reflecting same. Then again, in this case, what happened? Speed is constant, 50 rp kilometer per hour, but I have reduces the speed further to current load to further to 10 Newton meter. Accordingly, current is reducing to 10, and reference torque also reduces to 10. So this is how the entire simulation. I hope you understood. So from this, you cannot give negative speed. If that is a foolishness, if you give negative speed, means automatically voltage will not be negative. So no need to give any negative speed here. Then second one, that regenerative action is not also possible as this MOSFET is unidirectional device. So I hope you understood. So if you have any doubts, kindly discuss with me, and just to comment on this WhatsApp, comment on this YouTube, so that I will clarify it. As I am also budding engineer in electrical vehicle field, I started to learn this electrical vehicle. So I hope it will be very helpful to you. Those who are interested, kindly subscribe this channel. Then forthcoming days, I am planning to explain boost converter and buck boost converter with a separately excited motor for electrical vehicle applications. After that, I am planning to go for induction motor control gradually. As much as possible, I can do gradually. I hope it is benefit to you one and all. Kindly give a comment to that YouTube, so that I can rectify my mistakes for further during my further lecture. Wish you all the best. I hope it is very interesting. Wish you all the best. Thank you.